those that will qualify at the end of this program, those are the benefits they will have. So after your 3 months, there are some set of people that will be qualified to move from this cohort to another. They will have another 1 month to actually do some things and get real life experience. Real life experience. It's not for. I'm not sure. I'm sure I've said it before. It's not for everybody. Yes, you have gotten the skill, the technical skill, and all, but there are some persons that will move from just learning and getting real world experience in working with with teams, working, building projects, and all of that. So, like I said, it's not for everybody. It's for a set of people, right? It's for a set of people that will be chosen evenly, no biases, and all of that. That's why we have a system of grading and attendance, right? We use all of these things to be able to pick people, so that it will not be like we just pick at random or anybody can join. We have our grading system where we use to actually select people for the next phase of the training. So after 3 months, everybody that participated to the end, we actually get certificate, right? You'll get your certificate, but there are some persons that will go the extra, and those are to be chosen. We'll be choosing these people by merit, right? They'll be selected by merit. So we have, I think, when we started this program, we emphasize on taking everything serious. Like some persons are not here. The second cohort, right? Let me just give you a tip. Our second cohort is starting next month, July, and Variety Friday will be part of the grading, because Variety Friday is what we use to teach most of our soft skills. So it will be part of the grading and attendance. So Variety Friday have a percentage in the overall grading of our system, right? So we are taking it very serious, because we have put together a whole lot of things that we want to be doing in Variety Friday going forward, right? We've planned them for the things that we are going to be doing for the Variety Friday. They are all planned out, right? So we want to take it more serious and ensure that we put it as part of the grading scheme. Yeah, so we can have huge number of people also joining the Variety Fridays as well, because we don't want to make it look like some persons have been left out, because it's not mandatory, right? Some persons have been left out. We have thousands of people here, but just few people keep joining Variety Friday always. Some persons have been very consistent with it. Yeah. So yeah. So with all of this, you still have your final projects to get good grade, because the final project is actually 50% of your mark. So if you have not been doing very well, you have your final project attendance. Your assignment is 30%, your attendance is 20%, and your grade, your final project, which I know that maybe some students have already given them their project topic and all of that, yeah. So the final project is actually 50% of your score. So you have a chance to do very well and join those people that will be picked for the next 1 month. It's like a practical working experience in a team. We cannot emphasize what they are going to be doing there, but if you have the chance of making that team or making that numbers that will be selected, trust me, you will be ever grateful that you joined the Youth Thrive program. You'll be ever grateful that you actually joined the Youth Thrive program, because it's practical experience, and that's our vision and goal as CareerEX. CareerEX, the X is experience, career experience. So we'll plan how to not just to teach people, but giving them a practical experience of the real world, how it works. Right, so that's what it's all about. So I'll take you on a quick journey, right, on what we have today. Very quick journey, and please stay with me. I believe, I don't know if some persons know about open source, because open source we might have a Variety Friday one of these Fridays before you. I think you still have like 2 more weeks or so. 3 weeks left for this course. I think 3 weeks or so. So one of these weeks, one of the week Friday, will be teaching you open source, how to contribute to open source projects and all of that. Open source project is one thing that will make you go global very fast. So you can be an open source contributor to big projects out there, you know. So we'll be teaching you on that. We're not teaching, all these things they're not going to be done during your classes. They are all in Variety Fridays, right? So for next cohort, we are going to be having calendar that the first week, every topic that we'll be teaching for the Variety Friday will be out. So we'll give them the topic so that we see and understand that there is no play in this thing, in this training anymore. So we wish the old students can be a part one way or the other, even if you are not active students. So maybe you can be joining Variety Fridays once in a while and all, but we wish we can come up with that kind of a system that can allow everybody to be a part of it. We're just hoping that we can do that. Yeah, so let me share my screen so we can go on this journey together. Please, on the chat box, on the chat, confirm if you can see my screen on the chat. You know our chats now, where just confirm if you can see my screen. All right, so we can move. Okay, so yeah, let me go. All right, so this is actually a topic that I've actually picked on this topic on different platforms. I mean, physical events, right? I just feel I should bring it back to us because I know the impact it leaves on the audience those days when I speak on this during different events, right? So before you learn technology, learn how to solve problem. This is not what I've been teaching. This is not what I taught the last time about problem solving. So take your mind off that path, right? So before you learn technology, learn how to solve problem. So let's go. So what we'll be talking about today is just two things: problem solving and technology. I refuse to put the other part of it so that you will not. I don't want you to know what will be going on for the next part of it. So it's just a few slides, about 14 slides. So it's not long, but just ensure that you pick every details of what we are going to be talking about today. All right. So yeah, I believe you can see my screen very clear. And what we have here is leave the ego behind, be eager to learn. Now, one of the impediment of learning, one thing that hinders learning is ego. You actually, excuse me, you actually feel you are too big to ask question. The person that know the whatever you have or whatever you're looking for is too small. Now, I'll give you an instance. I have been in that shoes and I've been in that position too. Yeah, some years ago when I was doing my software engineering, when I was in school doing software engineering and all of that, ego, though it actually built me to be solid in development, but not for everybody, because there is this person, this guy in school is very good because before we actually traveled out, he has been doing programming in Nigeria and all of that. So it was already good while we traveled out. For some of us like me, I was switching from civil engineering background to software engineering. So it was totally new field for me, right? So it was actually difficult. I'm bringing this story so that you will understand why we need to ask to learn, you know. So it was actually difficult for me for the first period. Notwithstanding, I was actually digging deep, taking a lot of tutorials and watching videos, series of videos and resources from the classroom plus every other thing and all. Now, there are some things that we have challenge on. This small boy, then, right, he can actually do it, but I will not ask him. We are classmates. We go to class together and all of that, but I will not ask him. Right? I will find a way and make sure I do my assignments and all of that. At the end of the day, I will do it on my own, but it takes me longer period that maybe I would have used to actually learn other stuff, right? And I'll be bent on working on a particular bug and trying to fix my bug and all of that. That one person can just say, this is the bug, solve it, it will pass in less than maybe 10 minutes. And it will take me like 3 days or 4 days or even more to actually do that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is keep the ego behind. Let's leave it behind. Be eager to learn at all times, no matter who. It doesn't matter who you learn from at this point. The goal is that you know the thing. The goal is that you learn fast, right? You learn faster and you move faster. Especially when we are then maybe I succeeded because it was a long course. So if we have a whole lot of time to actually prepare and do some things. Like for this type of program where you don't have lots of time to do things and all, and you still want to stay at the top of the class or be a part of the good student or the best student, right? Ask questions. Just leave the ego behind the door. Leave it outside, right? Leave that ego before you came to this program. Leave it outside and be ready to learn. Now, practice. Yeah. Now, the thing is, every course that you are doing here today, be it front-end web development, back-end web development, data science, cybersecurity, project management, product design, and all of that. One thing that sets the pace and one thing that keeps you ahead of your peers is actually practice. Is actually practice. The more you practice, the more you know the thing. Practice is actually an habit. You can form it as an habit. Give your work at least minimum 2 hours, 3 hours in a day. Do something. Now, you might say you are engaged, you have other activities running, businesses or whatever. Because of inclusion, that's why we have our classes on weekends, because we want to include everybody. Whether you are doing a business owner, you do 9 to 5 and all of that, you can still fit in. It's because of inclusion. That's why we shifted our classes to Saturday and Sunday and put it very at least late hours so that you can do everything and still relax and take our classes, right? So practice is actually an habit that we need to form. It's a routine, right? It's a routine. The more you do a thing, no matter how back end is difficult, no matter how data science might look challenging or front end, whatever your course might be, the more you make it a routine to learn each day, don't allow a day pass. Keep learning. Make it a routine, just the way one can say that I want to read 10 books in a month and have a routine of every 6 to 9. Maybe you are early riser, you start your project, you start reading from 6 to 8, or you're a late sleeper, you actually work late at night and all. But you just have to find a routine that works for you, right? Practice does not need to remember. If you're anything you practice, it becomes part of you. So it's not something you have to keep memorizing and trying to cram and all. No, those are when we are in secondary school, we want to cram and pass exam. Practice, because you know why programming and whatever technology we are doing is totally different from how we go to secondary. We actually go through secondary school. You don't need to cram in the industry because you need to do the work. So it's more practice that actually help you to do the work, right? So practice comes by practicing. Practice actually comes by practicing, and practice need dedication and commitment. So the more time you put into practice, you just see yourself from 3 months, you are looking like somebody that have been in the industry for 7, 9, 1 year in 3 months, because you take your time, you put in your time more than others. It will show. The truth is, if we have done this class, maybe this whole program without grading and attendance, people will not take it serious. Right? That's why we didn't do pre-recorded videos. That's why we take it out of recorded videos. We have to take that time to actually teach live classes. I bet you have been on different platforms. What is in vogue is on demand, video on demand, right? So they're all pre-recorded and all. There is no interaction, there is no engagement there, but we have to take that pain and bring this to change the dynamics, right, of how live classes, how online classes are being held and all. So you need dedication, actually. Be dedicated and committed to these things, because we are in the industry, we build products for clients, right? We have a lot. Even now we have one that we are supposed to, or we are pushing at. We've already launched the project for a client, right, in the US, and it's just to keep building on it. So the MVP is already launched. They are using it, and also we're already in this industry and we know how to groom people. We are not just all our tutors. They are all working with us practically, right? They are not just people that can teach but does not know how to implement. No, we don't have any tutor like that. They are all from product design. Your product design tutor is the one that designed everything that we are building on. So she's good at her field. So we are not just bringing people that maybe will just go and do research, plenty research, and just come and deliver the lecture. Why them that cannot implement it very well? We have good tutors that can actually take you to any level, So you also need dedication and commitment to the task. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. If there is no problem, if there is no assignment, if there is no project, trust me, you won't know your best. You won't know your best. So the essence of a problem. Now, assignment is we giving you a problem. Yes, it's we creating a problem for you to solve, building and stimulating your mind to fit into providing solutions, right? And that's one of the key things when it comes to tech. Tech is all about providing solutions to the traditional way of doing things. So providing, it's not like the things cannot be done without tech, but tech actually came in to make it faster, innovation, automation, right? So it's a way of providing solutions. The more you solve problem, you become best at what you do, right? If there is no problem, let's say, for example, we have these classes running, no assignments. You don't have a problem to solve. You just learn. At the end of the program, 3 months is done, you go. You will never be confident of what you do. You will not have confidence to even tell someone that you are good with this skill. But the more we give you assignments, you tackle your assignment, you come up with a solution, it builds your confidence, it makes you know that you are best at this thing that you are doing. After creating, for example, a backend developer, you create APIs, and if front-end developer call the APIs, there is no error. trust me, you will have so much confidence to tell your family and friends that, see, give me your project, I want to build it. Just come up with an idea. I can do it. That's confidence. But if you learn, let's say you learn, and of a truth, you'll be able to do it, but then you have not implemented it. It will just be there. You will not know that you can do it. So that's the essence of it. No one is a master problem solver right away. No one, no person, no individual is a master problem solver right away. It takes patience and time to develop this skill. Problem solving skill, it takes patience and time to develop the skill. Sorry, let me check if you can still hear me. So I will not just be talking to myself. Oh, see, I've been having this thought of checking. Please confirm if you can hear me. Confirm if you can hear me before I move on. I don't want to teach myself. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you so much. So we can go back. I just don't want to teach myself. All right. Okay, so. All right, so yeah, like I said, it takes patience and time to develop this skill, right? Practicing problem solving in low skills situation prepares us for when it really counts. When it really counts, a high pressure setting. The more you practice your problem solving skill, see, let me tell you, the problem solving skill is actually a soft skill, right? It's actually a soft skill because it's not a technical skill, to be honest. I can solve problem without writing a code. Yes, I can build a complete idea without code, right? So it's actually a soft skill in the sense that even programming, as backend may have it or it is, right? There is what we call pseudocodes, right? Pseudocodes is not the actual codes, but it's just using words to form what you want to build, right? Let's say writing, before I start development, I take up my pen and I said, I want to build, for instance, let me say I want to build an automated machine, which is what we call the ATM, right? I want to build how to dispense cash, like how the machine actually dispense cash, right? I want to build a condition that says that, right? I can just take my pen, before even writing the code, I said, if amount less than 1,000 or greater than, or let's say if amount less than 1,000, output insufficient fund, else dispense cash, right? So it's me using my pen to think. I'm solving a problem, but I'm using my pen. I've not write code. In fact, I might not be a programmer at this point, but I'm using my pen now to think. It's a soft skill. I'm trying to practice what I want to do, right? So write that this thing. If login, if the user information is correct, log the person in. I'm trying to build something, right? So nobody have this skill on the go, like it just happened. It's more practice. The more I keep writing this type of things, thinking about this type of things, I'm solving a problem. So this if condition now plays out in my head. I might just be walking on the road, I see something, I'll look at it, I'll say, if this is this, you should do this, else let him do this. I've created a condition in my head. I might not stop. It might just be something my eye just flash, right? I just play around with the if statement or the conditional statement in my head, right? I'm solving a problem. So the more I keep doing this, when I start writing codes, right, it's easy for me to move on, like building complex system and all. It's easy for me to, because it's a practice in my head, right? So the more, and trust me, the person that does this will be far better than someone that is always depending on just give me the system, let's start writing code. You will delay the process because it's during the writing, when you are writing code, you want to start thinking. It doesn't work like that, right? So that's it. Now, the main part, I told you that the problem solving is not the one I've thought before. It's just to prepare us for what we have for today. I hope the time is okay. I'll be fast on this. I wish I knew I would have taken that very fast and go slowly on this. It's just 7 slides that is remaining. Don't worry. The intelligence quotient of a computer is actually 0. I will tell you. The computer have 0 intelligence quotient, right? We feed the computer. Every instruction, the computer just know input and output. Whatever garbage in, garbage out. And who gave the computer that instruction to actually perform is human. Whatever the computer, no matter how sophisticated the computer become, everything is human reasoning. It's not computer reasoning. They don't have the ability. We give them the memory to reason. They actually do not have the ability to reason until we create an instruction to make them reason, right? So what I'm trying to do, let me paint a picture to you. What I'm trying to do today is to give you your power as a human, to give you that power you have as human, but we will balance it. While just the 7th slide, we will balance it. You will know your role as human and know the computer role and how you can work together with these technologies. A computer is very powerful and versatile machine capable of performing a multitude of different tasks, yet has no intelligence or thinking power. It can perform multitasks, complex things and all, yet they don't have no intelligence and thinking power. A computer performs many tasks exactly the same manner as it is told to do. The computer cannot do whatever is not instructed. Now, why I would say the computer is very intelligent and to an extent not very intelligent is why we are better off is that you as a tutor, or let's say for example, you are my master, right? You tell me, you give me a task to do, right? And while doing the task, I find a better way to do it. No, maybe you gave me an A to Z instruction on how to do that task, right? But while doing the task, because I can think, because I have reasoning power, I start looking for better ways to do that task. And when I come up with a task, make it better, and I present it to my master, and the person, wow, I didn't know that we can do it this way. But the computer is not like that. Yeah, he's actually doing exactly how he's instructed to do. Exactly the instructions, that's what he executes, right? This places responsibility on the user to instruct the computer in a correct and precise manner so that the machine is able to perform required job in a proper way. So if you make mistake, the computer will make mistake. If any error you have, if you in your trying to solve or build a system, if you make mistake with your instruction, the computer will give you error. But it is very rare, except some kind of people that are maybe, sorry to say, but dull and all. It is very rare to give somebody an instruction, right? Even the instruction is not very precise. The person can come up with something else, but that's not a computer, right? So what I'm trying to say is that we have power. Let's utilize this power. You are creating an API as a product design, backend developer and all of that. You're creating an API. You are instructing the computer, right? You're instructing the computer to perform a particular task. So if user come in and click on this button, do this, pop up and a browser for the person to choose an image. You have written that instruction. So the computer acts exactly how you say it, right? Okay. I will just rush this and move on. I think for the sake of those that have not attended any of our classes, I'll just analyze. But I know I've talked about problem solving in one of the Variety Fridays, right? Now, steps involved in problem solving: understanding the problem. Understanding the problem. Here we try to understand the problem to be solved in totality, right? We need to understand this problem solving totally, right? So it's important that you understand what you want to solve, clear definition of the problem, exact and precise problem you intend to solve. Then you analyze the problem. After understanding thoroughly the problem to be solved, we look different ways of solving the problem and evaluate each of these methods. So you have a problem, you have analyzed the problem, you look for different ways to solve the same problem. Because one thing that we know is that we can solve problem in different ways. That's why in a team, when working in a team, you don't need to argue too much. You have your way of reasoning. Another person is bringing his opinion, you don't want to take it. Let's say you're a lead. You know, what we do, if you can follow us closely, what we do with all those questions and answers we do on the group once in a while, what we are teaching you is actually how to handle your team. You might happen to be a team lead, right? And you have a problem at hand. What will you do? So we are trying to brush your mind. The answers are very obvious. Like I said, I'm not that type of person that use assignments to exam to know whether who can create an assignment, whatever, and show you the answer is clear to you. But the goal is understand what you are seeing. You must not go dig everything in this world to solve one problem. No, that's not a problem is being solved, of course. But that's our reality when it comes to universities, right? So we're not talking about that anyways. So after analyzing the problem, developing the solution. It's very important that you actually analyze this problem, understand the problem before you start developing solutions. That's why the level of building projects have moved from just opening your laptop, going to VS Code or Sublime Text or whatever code editor you are using and start writing code. That's what it was before, right? But it's no more like that again. Now we have a process of solving problems, an agile method of solving problems. And that's one of the things that we are going to be teaching those that will merit the next phase of the program, which is the next 4 weeks after we are done with these 3 months. For those that are just joining, this thing that we are talking here, they are going to practicalize it, understanding the problem, analyzing the problem, developing a solution, and coding the solution, right? Those students is by merit. It's not for everybody, it's by merit. That's why there's grading system. We'll pick some set of students from each of the classes, we'll group them, and they will see firsthand of problem solving to the final stage from A to Z on how to build a project. Like I was telling the others, you still have your project. It comes with 50 marks. You still have that project to do to get to that number that we'll be choosing, because we already have our system. Once we put your attendance and put your grade, automatically we see the best students. It's automated. So if your grade is imputed, automatically it moves. So you can be second or fourth this week. Next week, you might move from fourth to second. That's how the system we do. So we don't need to come to the class and say the best. No, we already know all the best students from one to the last that is attending our classes. So please, you have one chance to get to that part so that you can be lucky to be chosen for the next phase, because that's the phase of the experience in the CareerEX. That's the real phase of the experience, learning what is in the market, learning what companies are doing, learning how to build with team. That's what the X in a career is. The career, yeah. That's the X experience. So for those students that will be part of that 1 month program, we actually get the experience. So yeah, after developing the solution, coding and implementation. The last stage of the problem solving is the conversion of the detailed sequence of operation into a language that the computer can understand. That's where you start writing codes. All right. I want to get this. You can see my screen, right? What do you think is happening here? It's a picture. On the comments, just type, what do you think is happening here using this picture? Just visualize it and type what you think is happening. I'm on the comment. I will be checking the comments now to see what we'll be typing. Okay, one. Let me open the screen again. We just have few slides to go. So I want, okay, tell the computer what you want to be done. Okay. Data collection from human brain to the computer. Okay. I want it to be interactive, please. I know that you know it. I just want it to be interactive. That's why I want you to type. Typing actually says a lot. It's not just for you to have it in your mind. Yeah, a brain about working a computer. Okay. Artificial intelligence brain. Okay. Want to sit out? I just want to get that reactions before I actually explain it. Translation of human intelligence to artificial intelligence. All right. I don't know if it's only me. I can't hear anything yet. But it's only you because other people are hearing and they are taking action, meaning they are hearing what I'm saying. So it should be your network, whoever that is saying that. I think somebody should respond to him because maybe he's not hearing what I'm saying. That person that said those things, I think somebody can just respond to him. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the class. All right, human brain is transmitting information to the computer. Interaction of human brain and computer. All right, thank you so much. You're all fantastic. You did well and all. Now, yeah, what is happening here is this. The computer is actually learning and humans are actually hooked to their phones. Who is teaching the computer? Is actually the human. What is robots, artificial intelligence, whatever we are doing? It's we teaching the computer. The more you use ChatGPT, the more sophisticated that system becomes. The more information you give ChatGPT and whatever other AI generative tools, the more sophisticated they become, the more intelligent they become. And they are taking everything that a human have. They are draining from us. And it will get to a point, if we are not careful as humans, we will depend on this system to actually do things for us. We will lose some things. That's why when all this AI came out, we got that boost about AI has come to take your job, AI has come to do this, AI will replace human, all those kind of things. Is because the people that actually created this, that was what they envisioned. They know that human will actually feed this system, just like we have feed Google search. It's actually humans that actually feed that system that creates those billions of algorithms working and giving you instant results and all of that. We are the ones that feed those things. Every information out there is somebody that typed it. It's somebody that they created that blog, website, whatever it is. We are feeding these systems, right? And Google can actually use all of those billion information and set up a kind of a robust system that can give histories of years since the internet started. They can use it to create an AI that can give you every information that you are looking for on the internet, precise ones, right? Now you would think the AI are so powerful. It's actually your information, you and I. So that's what is happening here, feeding with our brain. The more we are being brain draining and all, to a point where we depend on generative tools to actually do everything for us. We'll get to the point where we cannot reason again. We cannot think for ourselves again. We need to depend on this tool to think for us. So we need to be very careful so that your job will not be taken. I'm not saying that you will definitely use this tool. Yeah, you want your job to be swift, you want to execute fast and all. You will use this tool, but you need to keep your reasoning intact. You need to also think how to solve problems. Think that's why the problem solving is what the AI cannot take completely. A man can reason. There's a way, the pattern, the instruction they might give a system to solve a problem. I can reason something else that the system will not do. That's my power. That's power that is given to me by God. So I can reason something else. Okay, the system is fantastic. Yeah, okay, fine, it's good, right? Okay, let's do it this way. I now give my instructions, tell the system cannot do that. I have that. So you have to keep that reasoning intact, right? Thank you. AI won't eliminate us. It will empower us. Get it? AI, it will not eliminate us. It will only empower us if we know how to use these tools. To say that AI will start doing what it wants for its own purpose is like saying a calculator will start making its own calculation. Get it? I've actually give this speech on some platforms, and the truth is, those moments is a moment of empowerment, trying to bring back our minds to actually know that we are actually human. We are not robots. We reason more than them. We think more than them. If I hold a calculator until I press what I want to press, it can't calculate himself or itself. It can't calculate. So he needs me to actually operate it. Right? So we have this power. A calculator is a tool for humans to do maths more quickly and accurately than they could ever do by hand, right? So it's just for me to, instead of me to sit down and be thinking 200 times, 50 times, yeah, those kids on those quiz shows and all, they are fantastic, right? They are, you see the difference? They are, some of them, they are thinking, sometimes you call them, they are reasoning like computer. They are as fast as computer. It's the mind. If you put the mind to practice, it will be fast. So those children or those people that are doing all of those things, they are making us understand that we still have power over the computer, because we are using the computer to make things faster. But they can answer an algebra question or even binary questions in a split of seconds. That's how our brain is powerful. Our brain is not a tool. It's very powerful. It's dynamic. It's not static. The computer is static, but our brain is dynamic. So we can think faster than whatever. Yeah, the computer is faster because of the milliseconds it can use to process information and all of that. It's faster, but we give them that instruction to actually people, I can slow down the computer. If I have the skill to actually code an operating system, I can write an instruction that will make the computer to be slow. So it's not powerful. So we make the computer to be as fast as it is. So it only empowers us to make things faster. Similarly, AI computers are tools for us to perform tasks too difficult or expensive for us to do on our own, such as analyzing large data sets or keeping us to date on medical research. Like calculators, AI tools require human input and human directions. So we need to know these things. I want to end this section fast now. Right? So what is the main connection between humans and computer? Please, I want to be sure that we are still following me. We are still hearing. Please, if you can still hear me, drop a comment. I just want to it's just my way of getting feedback and fact check before I move on. You can still hear me? Okay, I can move now at least. All right, thank you. All right. Humans and computer inhabit one and the same world in which they seem to exist interdependence. They seem to exist interdependence. To present it in the most easy to comprehend way, computers need people in order to be created in the first place. Computer need people in order to be created in the first place, while people need computer in order to evolve. If you understand this very well, you will know that we have the power, right? we just need computer to evolve, right? The progress of media, banking, electricity, telecommunication, energy efficiency, railways, and other means of transportation depends on technology. The more advanced it is, the more advanced they are in return, right? So we make technology to advance. Technology does not just advance. Humans actually make technology to advance. Technology was, we have Web 1, we have Web 2, we move to Web 3. You know, we are the ones making the progress. Now, before a system is built, before Facebook, some systems are built. We build this system, we come up with features, we brainstorm, iterate, come up with all the analysis of the problem. We have long list of features to be implemented, but first we say, no, let's implement 5 of these features. So people start using it. While you are using that system, we push through features to advance that technology. You would think, they just think about this thing just now. We have the long list already. The more the system is going, we are thinking for more to put. So the more you are using the system, we push on that 3 again and send an update, tell you to update your app. Sometimes even make it compulsory, for you must update your app before you move on. These things are humans doing it. But if you are not careful, or if you're on the other side of life, you will say, oh, more computer. You know, those emphases and exclamations and all of that, they are nice, but it was human thinking, right? So we have what we do. We have a role, big role to play. So nobody can actually deceive me. It was in my deep thoughts. I have to do this research and come up with all of these things. It's over like 2 years plus or so, or let's say 1 year. Is it 1 year plus when I came up with this slide? Right. So it was my deep thinking when AI started making the booze and all. Like, what? Wait, AI will take over us? No, it's not possible. So I have to research and find what AI can do, or what computer can do, and what humans can do. So now let's go. Humans versus technology. Humans versus technology. Human advantage and computer advantage. Now this is your power. Excuse me. This is your power. This is the time to actually feel the strength you have. For human advantage, contextual understanding. Humans possess the ability to understand complex contexts, touches, and emotional aspects that may be challenging for computers to grasp. We have that emotion. Type something on ChatGPT. You have to create a prompt that instructs the tool, which is ChatGPT, to put emotions. You have to tell him that, see, this message I'm typing now, as let's say, like if I want to give ChatGPT a prompt now, let me teach you one prompt, right? To use ChatGPT, the tip. Excuse me. Let's say I'm a product manager. If you want to execute a task, don't just go and type ChatGPT, do a PROD for me. Let me see how. That's kind of, no, you say, as a product manager expert, comma, you are telling ChatGPT now, as a product manager expert, comma, I want to execute this project. You put the project name. This is these products will do, and these are the things they will do. I want to get a comprehensive PROD that shows the functional features and the non-functional features of this application, and also give me the scalability and the what else again that is inside PROD, and the security features of this product. Before you send your prompt, I created a prompt for ChatGPT to actually give me precise information. I don't know if you get it. So we have more contextual reasoning and understanding than ChatGPT. The second advantage of humans is that ethics and moral judgment. Humans can navigate ethical dilemmas and make decisions based on moral principles, empathy, and social consideration that go beyond logical reasoning. it goes beyond logical reasoning. Before I want to do anything, I have to put some things into consideration before I execute. The computer does not put those things into, it just gives you what you tell him to do, right? Now, computer advantage. There are more, but I couldn't put all of them into this. There are more. Computer advantages: speed and accuracy. Computer can process large amounts of data quickly and perform calculations accurately, enabling faster analysis and decision making in certain scenarios. They are fast, they are accurate, as long as you punch it very well. Accurate. Data-driven insights, like the analytics tools, like Google Analytics, like Amplitude, to name a few, like Facebook analytics, and all of that. They are very good with this analysis that human cannot just put together by ourselves. It's not like we cannot put them together, but in terms of accuracy and detailing, because the system has already been built for this purpose. So if you just impute some few things, it gives you the analysis of that thing, right? Computers can analyze vast data sets, identify patterns, and generate data-driven insights that may not be immediately apprehended to humans. Apparent to humans, supporting evidence-based decision making. Evidence-based decision making, that is the advantage of computer. Automation and scalability. Computers can automate repetitive tasks and scale their capabilities, allowing for efficient handling of large volumes of data or complex calculation. Now, a picture is worth 1,000 words. What do you see here? What do you understand? What have you gotten? It's a handshake. We can do it together. I have my power, you have your power. I have my secret, you have your secret. In fact, they don't have a secret. We have the secret, right? It's just to know that, hey, we can work together. So how do you work together? Problem-solving skill, efficient reasoning, deep thinking, think outside the box, things that you know that it's only in your head. Until you tell the computer it cannot solve it, it cannot be done. Those are our powers, soft skills. So do you agree with me? The more I keep emphasizing on soft skills, you can be replaced with your technical skill, but it cannot be replaced with your soft skill. Technology can replace your technical skills, but cannot replace your soft skills. Empower your soft skills. Hence, we actually brought up Variety Friday. One of the reasons why we brought up this activity is to empower us with soft skills and make us understand that we have the power, and make us understand how the industry works, and make us see realities of what is happening in the industry. So that's why I feel bad when people don't join because it feels like, for me, we are not achieving our goals, because our goal is that we want to empower people with technical skill, soft skill, and giving them the big experience that they will see in the workplace for the best students, right? So if we don't have many people joining Variety Friday, we are not achieving our goal. So for cohort 2, Variety Friday becomes part of the grading. It becomes it has its own percentage. So if you miss Variety Friday, you lost XYZ percentage by default. So you might not be part of the top ranking students. Yes. So we have to do that. Yeah. Thank you so much for staying with me all through this journey. And I believe that we have actually picked one thing, even if you don't go home with everything, but get this, that you have power, you have reasoning, you have contextual understanding that the computer does not have. You can think deeper than the computer. In fact, you have reasoning. The computer, we have to make them to reason. So go home that you know you have power over the computer, but you can work together to achieve your goal. So thank you for actually joining, and I hope that you have actually got something for today, and your time, your 1 hour here, is actually not a waste, but you have actually succeeded in learning something, right? So yeah, So I'll end my slide. All right. Thank you so much. So if you have a question, you want to actually ask, you can shoot it at this point. If you have a question, you can raise your hand. I can bring you up so you can ask your question for the next few minutes so we can move on. All right. So the thing is, we really need to actually put in the work. At least you have heard, you have seen. My worries still remain the same. I feel bad that some persons are not part of this type of teaching and this type of training. This is part of the training. One thing that is only the technical part and they go home. I've been in this field for years and we've built products for clients and who fired people because of soft skills. Yeah, I don't like using the word fire, but I just have to make it so that you can understand. Who fired people because of lack of soft skill. So what we do in training people when we want to train, we ensure that we put these things in them. We don't just teach them technology. We teach them some vital things that they will see in the market. Because we build, we work in an agile team, so we understand what is needed in the markets. We build products for big companies, for clients and all of that. So we have the experience to teach these things. You know, we actually dropped someone from our team because the person don't know how to relate with our students. We have physical training too, right? We have our physical classes and these are online classes. So because you can't relate with our students, you keep talking to our students as if they are children, talk to them anyhow, shout, because they are their tutors. No, we say this one cannot stay. After several warning strike and all, the person's temperament is still the same. No, we say you can't fit in here. You have to leave. You see, he has good technical skill, but he can't fit into the work environment because what? Temperament and character. So when we start teaching these communication skills and all of these things, you think we are joking here. It's actually something that you need aside the technical skill, right? There are things that you need. So please, we need to ensure, right, that we take this Variety Friday very serious because last week that we missed, we were actually supposed to bring in someone that has large experience when it comes to open source. She is the community manager of GitHub. She's in Nigeria and she's in Port Harcourt. Was in Port Harcourt, a friend, but she has 5-star GitHub, travel around the world. Even as we speak, she's just coming back from Canada. So she's supposed to be the one because why we are bringing her is because you already have experience in open source platforms, the kind of projects that you can contribute your skills and all of that too. So we wanted that kind of teaching too. So while you are learning this skill, you can look out for open source projects that you can actually contribute your skill. It's a part of your training. So by the time you start building for open source projects, before you know it, you are going global because open source are global projects. So these are the pains that we are taking to ensure that this training, you don't just go on like every other training. See, I don't boast too much that we have the very best or whatever, but we have put in surveys and we have put in the work to see all the platforms, to understand the dynamics of online training and what people go home with. And with our experience training people on offline, we have tried to put these things together and say, no, just technical skills is not enough for the training per se. These skills are not enough. We need more of this. We need more things. So those are the things that we have put the work to actually get these sections running. So please don't take them for granted. Don't take them. I will apologize that we didn't make this compulsory from the beginning, which has maybe hindered some persons to be a part of this. But for cohort 2, we'll definitely make it compulsory so that we can have the highest number of people that we are teaching. Because this is also a class. We are teaching others, we are teaching people here. So I'll bring up, I want to be fast, so I'll bring up David. To actually, David, if anybody I bring up here, please be fast so that we can move on actually. David, you're up to speak. David, you're up. I'm taking you down. I'm bringing Christopher. Christopher, you can speak. Okay, David has come up. Christopher, you can wait. David, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for all you do. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm in the product design track, and I want to say that thank you so much for everything that you do, the spaces, the encouragement, the teaching, and all. Thank you so much. I personally really appreciate your efforts. I'm grateful, but I've raised this question personally in your DM about we that go on board on the April, I think April 18th thereabouts. So we joined some set of students which were ahead of us with about 3 to 4 weeks, and according to the class and everything, we could not meet up. So, and we're having our project now because yes, we're giving the project yesterday already. So because I've spoken with some other students that because we still have about some few things to learn for us to really cope with the project. So I want to ask now publicly that what should we just go on with the project, because I'm personally I still have a few things to learn, some other things, technically. So and and additionally, we cannot also meet up with the course of the old students in our own track. I don't know for every other track, but we can't meet up because they already have more assignments and more attendance than we got on board at that.
The truth is, in your class, there are so many students that have met up with this. In fact, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks after, 3 weeks after you join, so many students have met up. They have cleared up their assignments. They have done their whatever the backlog, because I know that the tutors even take time to go back to start creating some classes. I know everything that is happening in the platform. Take some time to outside the normal training days to teach, do revisions and all of that. So in product design, I'm very aware that so many persons has catch up. Not all, in fact, many persons, product management, so many persons are already on track. Almost all the new students have joined. Most of them, they're already on track. Now, this, I think, is because we actually encourage the new students when they were joining from the beginning, even from onboarding, telling them that, see, you have 2 weeks deficits, like 2 weeks to catch up with the new students. So these are the things that you need to do to catch up. So we already make you people understand, and before you join the classes, and some persons, I tell you the truth, yeah, some persons can be very busy, while some persons maybe they have the time and they were able to have that speed to catch up, and they are already okay. Let me give you this instance. In our grading and our structure, we have the new students separately, we have the old students, so we differentiate them. But do you know that some of the new students are even top of their class by grading an assignment? Because what we do is, for those weeks that they miss, we have already checked it for them. As long as you do the assignments that were backlogs, right? That assignment that they give you, that if you finish your assignment for those 2 weeks that you didn't join, we'll give you attendance for that. So some of them, they are already on top of the class. Some of them, they are fifth, because we take note of all of these things. They are already fifth. Some of them, they are on top of their class. So I think this is just personal thing that you have to put in the time. You have to put in the work and all of that to ensure that you get this, because joining this from this the new student is a personal dedication for them to actually catch up. And most of them have already catch up and doing very well. So I would just advise you that you put in the time.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for expatiating. But according to what you just said now, personally, and some other students there maybe that are here, they can bear witness. I can't find any backlog of assignment on our Google Classroom, and we're not told anything of this thing because we just continue. I
Did
couldn't
I
find.
onboard you? Did I onboard you? I'm asking you.
Yes, I joined. Yeah, I joined the YouTube live. I joined the YouTube live when we were doing the onboarding.
So you will definitely see your. I just want to close on this question. If you join any of the classrooms, which I'm also part of, right, you will see assignment from week 1.
Honestly, we couldn't find something like that in my Google Classroom and my own
Are you
classroom because
saying we? Should I bring?
yes because yes because some other people that were also in the same Google Classroom because our Google Classroom was split into two. They said we could not contain one, and me, I belong to product design thinkers. So they asked the other people that are in the same classroom. I could not find any backlog of assignments, but we could find the materials, and I did everything. In fact, since we started, I've never missed a class, and I've never missed one Variety Friday. All of the Variety Fridays I've been joined up to today. I've never missed one, and I've never missed one class up to today. So, but concerning the assignments, we could find materials on our Google Classroom. We met them there, and I did it, and I also commented in Google Classroom, and our teacher can also see it. But concerning the assignment, I personally, as some other students that we are in the same Google Classroom, we cannot find backlog of assignments in our Google Classroom. It's only the assignment that from the time that we joined that I did, and I did every assignment that was given to us.
Okay, now
So
we cannot
that's where
trash it
I'm.
here. Let's leave that. We cannot trash that here. I will talk to you. I'll personally now. We have a stand-up meeting every week, every twice. I will bring this topic, and I want to be sure because from the attendance from our sheet, new students they did assignment from week 1, and I'm seeing the scores there. If I can, I don't want to share the screen so that you don't. If not, I would have shared the screen. As I'm looking at it now, I'm seeing new student that did assignment from the first week, and they are graded. So how did they get that assignment? So let's not go there again. Christopher, you can unmute and speak.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to appreciate you for today's lecture. It's really something I've been looking forward to clearing. It's been like a doubt in my head with the invasion of AI, artificial intelligence, and also ChatGPT and some other tools that have been helpful in our learning process and also in the tech community. What would be the fate of we trying to meet up? Because it looks as though Web3 is far advanced, and we, especially in Africa, especially Nigeria in particular, we are like far behind. So would we be able to catch up before this